Shalom, shalom. Kal halalim la Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the prophets of that body, and shalom to the 144,001 third. May peace and blessings in the spirit of endurance be upon you and your households as we approach the end. Okay, I made a video yesterday about moves being made with regards to the charagmaa, Revelation 13:16, the micro C hit. Okay, which you were trying to talking about micro C hipping. Actually, you know what? Let me just go to my channel quickly, just to be sure. All right. You know, microchip talk. The microchip talk is on there, right? They're talking about microchipping criminals. Okay, I made a video on that. All right. So those talks are happening in the UK and in America, and they've got major conglomerates and organizations involved that don't really literally work in the prison service or directed towards security of people. Okay, so the firms that are involved are firms that are involved in your everyday regular person's life. Okay, in terms of buying and selling and entertainment, things like that. Your major small hat companies, Google and all that. Okay, but also we know the world is turning digital. All right, and more freedoms are going to be taken away, and for people to have access to these are the enticements of the devil. So to have access to certain things, you're going to have to give your information. Then when the financial system crashes, then it's going to be the micro C hip, okay, the RF to the I to the D, Neuralinks, or whatever kind of levels of micro C hips they do have. All right, micro CHIPS, okay, all right, depending on what you can afford or whatever you need, okay, because they've got micro C hips for various ailments and situations, right? So whatever you need, they have it for you, like a drug dealer. Whatever you need, they got it in terms of a micro C hip. And a lot of these children, especially because it says here, okay, UK teenagers react to planned social media ban for under 16s, all right, which is a prelude for more digital ID verification. Okay, now they've already done it with a lot of other so-called entertainment online, where you need digital ID. A lot of biometric organizations are involved. These are all preludes, precursors, if you call it that, or a foundation to the micro C hip. All right, all the pieces are being moved in place, chess pieces. We are halfway through the year, and guess what? When did this news come out? 13 hours ago. Okay, and it's June. It's still June, 19th of June to be exact. So those micro C hip talks are there. And check out the next video I've got lined up next. Watch out for 666. Remember that video? Watch out for 666. These videos are circulating online. They're in everybody's, they're lined up for everybody to watch, because it's that time. It's still the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yashai. Everything is Yahweh Hashem Yashai. The Lord controls it all. Isaiah 45 verse 7, the right hand side and the left hand side. Proverbs 20 and 24, the man's goings are of the Lord. The Lord controls all. Okay, so it's coming to that time, and we're halfway through the year, and it's month 6. It's June. All right, we've got the latter part of 6 months to go. A lot's going to happen. Hey man, we could be, Lord willing, if it's the Lord's will, we could be in the kingdom next year. You just don't know how the Lord will speed things up, and the Lord is speeding up time for the elect's sake, is he not? Revelation 12 verse 12. The devil knows that he has a short time, so they're going to get things moving quick. So this could be quite an eventful summer. All right, it's 2 minutes 16 seconds. Let's see, Lord willing, it plays.
With my family, so fingers crossed that goes well. Yeah,
I don't really follow football, to be honest, but the World Cup,
seeing that.
see those actually.
That's that's tonight. Yeah. These kick-off times are crazy because it's when
I feel like this ban that's being put in place will help people of this age because it will keep them from developing, mental health issues on your body image and stuff like that. There's a lot of body image perception online and on social media, and I think this ban will, for people who are still developing and still growing, mentally and physically, I think this will just take that, societal strain off of them.
I was doing the chart.
once it comes into place and once they realise how much social media takes over their life, they'll realise that perhaps it is a good thing and perhaps it is something that's needed to happen so they can actually live their life how they want to rather than living someone else's life that they've seen on social media.
Indeed.
It's really exciting. You're looking forward to World Cup?
Who?
The Ivory Coast. Right, it's like an island.
And we. I think teenagers are incredibly good at using mobile technology to get to where they want to get to. So, I think we'd be daft as adults to think that legislating and putting a ban with sort of date of birth requirements to enter these sort of sites is quite naive. The students will find a way around more than likely. It's a good step. It's a nice step in the right direction. But I think there's that element of education to make sure that the children understand how to navigate that social media platform. So it's part of a solution, but I don't think it's the full solution.
Australia.
See this as well. I want to get it.
Did you see?
You saw that, right? Keir Starmer wants this in effect by early 2027. Okay, other countries are already going with the same scenario. Okay, the Asian countries, European countries. Remember, this is a new world order, not a new UK order, not a new European order, not a new American order, a new world order. Okay, all the rest of the countries are complicit, and slowly but surely, all right, by early next year, we're going to be in a very, very, very different world with a lot more red tape, a lot more scrutinizing, a lot more hurdles you have to go through just to get what was easily accessible many years ago. All right, and these youngsters are going to be the first in line to take the micro C-hip along with the people with ailments, because people with ailments have a need, and youngsters are born with mobile phones in their hands. The technology is their life. All right. For us Gen X's that were born in the 70s or 70s, right, or early 70s, mid 70s, we grew up mainly playing outside, playing cricket, soccer, football, basketball, right, martial arts, wrestling in the fields and parks with each other as young boys, toughening up, chasing girls, right, water fights. Okay, this generation, as you can see, this young lad that was speaking, very effeminate. Okay, look at the children even today; they look very regressed, and you can see that what Esau's putting in these foods is definitely affecting them. Look at the state of them. But nevertheless, they're Edomites for the most part, I believe, and regardless of what they are, this is going to be a worldwide thing. All right, so we can see chess pieces moving. All right, and if you can't see this as an Israelite man, in the truth, there's something wrong with you, man. All right? The way Yahweh Hashem should be working with your mind, as soon as you see these things, you should be seeing things 2-3 steps ahead. Okay, this is what the devil is planning to do. All right? I'm just going to read 1 or 2 scriptures. Okay, Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And the Lord is speeding up time for the elect's sake. Time is moving fast. As soon as you scratch your head, like an hour and a half is gone. You're thinking to yourself in the evening after work, thinking, you know what, I've done what I need to do, my checks and balances for the day, spiritually, physically, mentally. Let me chill out for a bit. Let me watch a movie. And then your mind doesn't even get focused in the movie because your mind is on prophecy. You want to get the F out of here, so you watch a few comedy skits, you watch this, down, the third. And I believe the hopeful elect are pretty much watching the same things in terms of comedy and movies and stuff, And time is moving fast, man, which is a good thing. All right. And that the return of the Lord is nigh. It's nearby. The Lord is about to return. All right. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Esau will destroy everything. You had that young child, right, who's about 14 years old, that Edomite kid. What did he say? Oh, he's talking about mental illness. Okay, these youngsters are already, got these demonic vibrations in them. You remember if you're like, in your late 40s, early 50s, when we were young, in the late 90s, mid 90s, late 90s, right? Teenagers in the early 90s, you woke up summertime, you feel exhilarated. There's a different spirit, different vibration. There was a lot going on. Fairs, fun fairs, get-togethers, barbecues, holidays, going abroad, clubs, pretty girls everywhere, waiting at the bus stop, on the bus, on the train stations, right? A lot going on, high streets bustling, people weren't wearing pajamas during the day. People were dressed nicely, It was a different world. Now we're in a different world where these kids are half asleep. Okay? So you can see the end of this world coming, right? And people are already suffering. And the elect, whoever they are across the four corners of the earth, we have, Lord willing, if I'm part of that number, or we're part of that number, we have the name of Yahweh Bashim Yashai. Okay? And the Lord, our physician, gives us the mindset to deal with this world because, we have a great heritage and we have a lot to look forward to. So hence the reason we don't mind all the hell breaking loose because it has to happen before we get into the kingdom. All right? Okay? Oh yeah, I did touch on Revelation 12 verse 12. Yeah, let's read that as well. I'm going to read one more scripture. Obviously, after this one, go to Revelation 13:16. Icing on the cake, as they say. Right? Revelation 12 verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Okay? And the Lord did say, there's going to be a time on the earth that was never been in previous history. Actually, you know what? Let me get that scripture. Time like never before, I believe. Time like never before. Yeah. Matthew 24 and 21. For then shall be great tribulations such as was not Salakia. For then shall be great tribulation such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. All right. So we're coming into some gruesome times, and it's going to get, because you got to understand, when Esau, Edom, this is their last hurrah. They're going into slavery after this. They've had it great for 500 years, cosplaying. I think that's a term, perpetrating a fraud, showing themselves as the Most High, as Yahushai, as the angels, as the knights, as the Vikings, as, they want to be the last Mohican, the last samurai, They want to be the American ninja, but they don't want to be an Edomite because they know the Edomite heritage is a horrible heritage, but they can't change that because they are actually Edomites. The Rothschilds are red shield. They're red shields. Okay? Red shield. Okay? Or Rothschild. Rothschild. All right? They know they're Edomites. Okay? So obviously they're going to fight tooth and nail, right? That's why they got their space force. That's why they got their weaponry. That's why they got, the Lord has blessed them. Their blessing is a sword. That's how they got the earth. They got the earth in a gruesome way, but these damn devils are going to be taken out in a gruesome way. Okay, so the end for them is coming. That's why they're going to get real. It's going to get really grimy out here. Okay, and the Lord did say, look at all the wars and or the people being deleted in the scriptures we read about, right? Okay, and all the gruesome battles and wars. And that was in the ancient world with bigger, stronger men and ancient weapons, swords and shields and arrows and spears, And it was gruesome back then, but the Lord is saying it's going to be even more gruesome now. So we're coming into some real serious times. Okay? But the elect don't have to worry because the Lord, said that you can't pluck them out of his hand, man. All right? And remember, you hope for elect, this has to happen. All right? Before we get into the kingdom. These things have to happen. It's all prophecy. No point being scared, man. Okay? Because we have Yahweh Bashem Yashai, man. We have the Lord. So you shouldn't be scared. Lord willing. Revelation 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. You people from all walks of life, rich and poor, free, out and about, bond, locked down, prison, They're already talking about micro C-hips for the prisoners. Okay? To receive a mark, a charagmaa, in the Blue Letter Bible, if you go to the word mark, is a charagmaa, which is insertion or etching into the flesh. To receive a etching or insertion in the flesh, in their right hand or in their foreheads, or to receive a charagmaa in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay? Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, right, or enter into a specific website to purchase, to utilize, or to use social media. You're going to need that mark in the future. Right now, it's digital identification, all right, which will lead to the mark, all right? Okay? The same way people are slowly moving away from cash to card, then to card to micro C-hip. The same way, man, from digital ID to micro C-hip, all right? And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Verse 18, very spiritual, 18 is 666. Here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So it's definitely coming, all right? And this is a short, sweet one, and this is beautiful news, which means that, okay, because remember, once a micro C-hip, right, and even Elder Apostle Tahar said this in the Spirit and Power of Yahweh Bashem Yashai. He said that once a micro C-hip is implemented, things are going to speed up even more. So this has to happen, and Lord willing, it happens soon. All right? Because you don't want to be in limbo with this freaking world, man, going in circles, just living the same life day in, day out, day in, day out. Like that crazy movie, man. What's it called? Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. Even though it's a different scenario, but the same thing every single day. Right? It's crazy, man. All right? And this has to happen before we get into the kingdom. All right, I'm going to leave it there now. All praises, honor, glory, blessings, and power be to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash, Mawatha, Bad, Babal, Kwam, Yashua, Shalawam.